The Rise and Fall of Inazuma 11, the complete history of every generation by Crimson Rot or Rot. I have no idea. We'll jump in, we'll see. I also still have the fourth part of that Inazuma, of the Inazuma videos. I still have that one. We need to react to that as well. Let's jump in.
There was a time when a simple game wasn't just about goals, victories, or defeats. It was about destiny. Inazuma 11 wasn't just soccer. It was battle. It was dream. It was legend. Every pass carried more than technique. It carried stories, rivalries, and promises burning like fire in the players' hearts. It was the era when a single kick could change the course of a match and of an entire world. Here,
there's more, because they didn't just kick. They did just not kick as well. They used hands too. Let's not deny that. They used hands too. Ref, is this even allowed? Red card.
Heroes rose from school fields and with sheer willpower faced opponents that seemed impossible to defeat.
No.
Those who lived through that era know. It wasn't just about watching, it was about believing that the impossible could become possible if you truly believe. Think you've seen a historic comeback? Wait until you follow the worst school soccer team, the one that could barely aim at the goal and sometimes not even hit the ball, as they became a legend that crossed fields, countries, and even dimensions. Yes, because after the first generation, things escalated to such an absurd level that we had time travel and then, well, a third generation so over the top, it's hard to take it seriously. The character development was...
By the way, this anime has a Nintendo DS, and has Nintendo DS games Poke play it. I will eventually as well. Because now I'm locked in. I need to see this. I need to play this. 3DS, Wii, and more. Yep.
Deep. The special moves were absolute cinema. Extremely unique and creative. I'd even risk saying Inazuma 11 is the only anime where the audience actually remembers the names of the moves. But like every good legend, there came a time when the shine began to fade. And that's where our story begins. The rise and fall of Inazuma 11.
Inazuma 11.
The first generation of Inazuma 11
and I will get copyrighted. Woohoo!
is simply a masterpiece of Japanese creative madness. A festival of charismatic characters, impossible plays, and rivalries that would make a soap
like freezing other players. I must depart. Take care, Eliza. Have a nice day.
Opera look like a PowerPoint script. It all begins with Endo Mamoru, the most optimistic goalkeeper ever created. He's not just the captain of Raymond, he's practically the personification of never give up. He could be losing 10-0, facing shots of fire, ice, or laser beams, and he'd still be smiling and shouting, "Let's go, everyone." By his side appears Gwenji Shuya, a
He's also basically a JoJo's character and has a stand. Maybe he's Giorno's son, whatever.
legendary striker who joins the team already with myth status. He doesn't just kick the ball, he summons a flaming phoenix to blow up the goal. That's it. But it's not all about pure-hearted heroes. There's Kido Yuto, who starts as captain of Teikoku Academy, cold and calculating, obeying Coach Kageyama's orders like a general on the field. Deep down, he wasn't bad by nature, just trapped in the team's system. When Teikoku falls...
What? Did I just see that correctly?
He wasn't bad by nature, just trapped...
Almighty push? So when did Tom join the Akatsuki? What is this? Huh? Feel pain. No pain except pain. Why is pain Tom here? What the heck?
in the team's system. When Teikoku falls and Kageyama is removed, Kido realizes he can play differently. And in Raymond, he finds a team that values trust and friendship as much as victory. The result? He switches sides, becomes the tactical brain of the group, and turns into Endo's right-hand man, without losing the charm of an ex-villain. And who could forget Sean Frost? The boy with a split personality. One side calm and composed, the other aggressive like an earthquake. And that's not a metaphor. On the field, the difference between nice Sean and Berserk Sean is a show in itself. His story blends family, tragedy, and overcoming hardship in a way that gives the anime a strong dose of well-done drama. The first season is about Raymond's formation and their climb to the Football Frontier Championship. It's where we meet the first rivalries, including Kito's legendary combo shot with Sakuma, and watch Endu gather a team that, at first, could barely pass the ball, but ends up facing special move monsters like It's Just Tuesday practice. The final villain? Teikoku Academy. Teikoku Gakuen was one of Japan's most powerful and dominant soccer teams, known for their discipline, unbeatable techniques, and for winning the Football Frontier for 40 consecutive years. They were led by the genius strategist.
Did I just see that correctly?
And for winning the Football Frontier for 40 consecutive years. They were led by the genius strategist.
The penguins are just flying! They are just flying! They're like torpedoes! Missiles! Huh?
Strategist.
These fuckers are just flying! Huh?
Yuto Kido. However, they ended up losing to the protagonist's team, Raymond. Furious about the loss, Kageyama Reiji went to Zeus Junior High to corrupt its players, and that's how the Zeus team was created. Using a serum called Ambrosia to enhance the players, the result was a team with absurd techniques, almost unfair strength, and the kind of arrogance that comes from thinking they've already won before the whistle even blows. Led by Aphrodite, a guy who looked more like a shampoo model than a soccer player. They were known for crushing.
Bro has the girl face complex. Looks female enough. Someone has gone to this.
Opponents without even breaking a sweat. The entire team was a festival of absurd techniques, nearly unfair physical strength, and an aura of nobody can touch us. They call themselves gods.
Water bending, super speed, wind powers, earthquakes. So basically steroids. Ref, is this allowed?
But they seem more like a group of cosplayers lost at Comic-Con. But jokes aside, the idea is really good. I really like how the dynamic of these villains is introduced. They have a ton of farmed aura just by breathing. To give you an idea, they were so strong that their special attacks looked like atomic bombs, and they still looked at other teams as if they were doing them a favor just by stepping onto the field. But then the protagonist came in, full of grit, confidence in the power of friendship, and a little bit of tactical insanity. The confrontation against Zeus
I'm disliking the video. Twerking Goku
was an epic battle, the kind that makes you hold your breath. In the end, against all odds and with some epic plays, the protagonist and their team turned the game around. It was the kind of victory that gives you goosebumps. You really get excited watching this match, not just because they defeated an invincible team, but because it was proof that brute force and arrogance can't stand against determination and teamwork. The second season throws logic out the window. Aliens come to Earth. Aliens. To challenge human soccer. And the worst part, they're not just good, they're machines for destroying entire teams. Every episode, another
teams and buildings, collateral damage, dimensions. It's all good, but better not kick someone in the shin. True. That was the only yellow card we've ever seen since.
Another strong team falls, and Raymond has to recruit players from all over Japan, including Sean Frost, to face the threat. Here, the team basically becomes a national all-star squad of protagonists, each with more ridiculous moves than the last. The main villain is Genesis, the peak of alien soccer, led by a boy who looks like a mini-god of the sport. The Genesis is a memorable villain team in Inazuma 11. They are known for their skill, discipline, and for being the first to show the true power of the Alias Academy. The captain, Hiroto Kiyama, is one of the most intriguing villains in the...
Yeah. The skill. Ah, yes. The skill of opening dimensions. The skill of sucking up a ball and making it, just disappear. Appear right next to you. Yep, the skill. I don't know, the skill of throwing, Gallic guns. And 3 logic out of the window. Not having a kid kick a ball and create a nuclear bomb. Aliens came to challenge human with a ball game. It's just Space Jam.
Series, in my opinion, with a mysterious past and a complex personality. The whole team, with their impressive techniques and impeccable teamwork, is one of the biggest threats that Raymond had faced up until that moment. The Genesis represented an almost impossible obstacle, challenging Raymond not only physically, but also emotionally. Their story is captivating, and they become a crucial turning point in the plot. If we already had aliens, why not a tournament bringing together the best in the world? The 3rd season introduces the Football Frontier International, with Raymond representing Japan as Inazuma Japan. Here, the opponent's power reaches cosmic levels. There's a European villain with a cyclone shot, a goalkeeper who's basically a medieval fortress, and massive...
Bro just pulled walls out of the ground.
Pressure to prove Japan is the best. It's also the season with the most space for personal stories and closure to arcs, such as old rivals' redemption and the whole team's growth. The ending of this generation is pure emotion. Inazuma Japan at the top of the world, Endu proving his unshakable faith in the team was right from that first disastrous practice. Guenji cementing his legendary status, Kido as the ultimate strategist, Sean mastering his 2 personalities, and every player leaving their mark. It's not just victory, it's the crowning of a cast that became a family. My score is 10. This generation wasn't just amazing, it was perfect. The balance between drama, friendship, rivalry, and the sheer spectacle of sky-tearing special shots is something no other fictional soccer series has matched. The 2nd generation, called...
Yeah. No other fictional soccer team. No other fictional soccer anime is like this. No other. There is none. There is none. I don't even think Blue Lock is that crazy. What the heck? Oh, you know Law by Mike. That name says something. Is it about Roblox stuff? Also, I skipped the hangout for you. Thank me. Thank you, dear, but you should have gone to the hangout instead.
Inazuma 11 Go is the kind of sequel that doesn't try to erase the shine of what came before, but instead...
Why do I have a homosexual... Why is there a homosexual clip if I show speed now?
Evolves and creates its own identity. And to be fair, it does it in style. It's like they took all the wild energy of the 1st generation, jumped a few years into...
They're just fucking summoning dragons! However, the goalkeeper is 2nd gen. In 2nd gen is chopper size. Captain Tsubasa is the closest, but it's still super hyper far from Inazuma.
The future and said, now let's make things even more intense. This time, the protagonist is Tenma Matsukaze, the energetic, innocent, and absurdly fast lead, carrying that optimistic vibe that strongly reminds you of the Endo from the past. He's a solid protagonist, and I think his charisma really shines. By his side is Shindo Takuto, an elegant and strategic captain with that conductor's aura, controlling the game as if he were orchestrating a symphony, but with a more calculated and refined touch. And of course, the cast is rounded out with striking figures like Tsurugi Kyosuke, who starts off as a rival full of attitude and burdened by a heavy past. He plays as if every goal were...
They're looking more and more like Yu-Gi-Oh characters, to be fair now. This character design-wise. They're looking more and more like Yu-Gi-Oh. Slowly but surely. They appear to be very much more, the designs, especially that one right now, is very Yu-Gi-Oh-like.
Settling a score with life itself. His story, shaped by his younger brother and by the wrong choices he made, is one of the strongest arcs of this generation. As a rival in the beginning, he's really cool. Now, speaking about the season... The setting is now Japan, where soccer has been practically hijacked by the 5th Sector, an organization that manipulates results and turns the sport into a controlled spectacle. Raymond's mission is simple to understand, but difficult to execute: to restore soccer to its true form. This is where the series shows it's not messing around. Instead of just inventing new teams, it creates a concept villain, an entire system that suffocates the sport. The leader of the 5th Sector is Ishido Shuji, who enforces this philosophy with the might of the Dragon Link team. The final showdown against Dragon Link is one of the season's high points, and it's where Tsurugi shines, evolving from a dangerous opponent to a key player on the team. The coolest part is how his development is gradual, not became friends overnight scenario.
Interesting. Now, first it was the soul and memory. No Nugent can take it. More like Beyblade. Early gen. Meta series to be exact. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I need to watch this. I need to watch Inazuma 11 for sure.
The anime makes you believe in his transformation. Then comes the masterstroke, time travel. This is one of those ideas that, if poorly used, can become a mess. But here, it works perfectly.
But yeah, one of the ones that's definitely a mess, if I have to bring up one of them, is definitely Dragon Ball. One of the many badly executed ways of time travel.
The main villain is Protocol Omega, a team from the future led by Alpha, who travels back in time to erase soccer from history. To stop them, Raymond must...
They use soccer to erase soccer. I don't know about that one, Chief.
Journey to different eras, from ancient Rome to feudal Japan, facing legendary opponents and absorbing new techniques. It's a goldmine for varied settings and playstyles, but the most
interesting. Let's see. When was football created? When was football invented? Modern football was codified in 1863. And the first time a ball was mentioned was in 1486. I don't think you can go that far. Football isn't soccer. I'm sorry. But here in Germany, if we learn English, we do not refer to it as soccer. This is football. You kick it with a foot. That's it. What else would you call it? American football isn't even football. Silence.
exciting part, the return of the first-generation heroes. Seeing Endu, Guenji, Kido, Kabayama, and others back to help is pure nostalgia. It's impossible not to get goosebumps seeing the old and new generations side by side, passing the torch and showing that the fighting spirit never died. And the series doesn't use this just for fan service. They genuinely help the plot move forward. This season also introduces Fei Rune, one of the coolest characters in the franchise. Charismatic, skilled, and with an emotional backstory involving secrets from the future, he adds immense emotional weight to the plot. It even gives you the feeling that with more screen time, he could easily be the protagonist of a spin-off. The third season takes soccer to another level entirely, space. Now, Inazuma Japan is formed to represent Earth in an intergalactic tournament.
Now we have an intergalactic tournament. We have an intergalactic tournament. That's it. That's crazy. Well, game's 1,000 years old, probably, but the term isn't really. I guess they just tried to. Well, I guess it's a different dimension. Football is football. Shove your rugby in OG's ass.
Grand Celeste Galaxy. The main villain here is Ozra, the captain of the Faramdite team, who represents the final threat to Earth and the entire universe. This is the most exaggerated season of all, and that's precise.
Did the moon just get erased? What? Okay, back.
The main villain here is Ozra, the captain of the Faramdite team, who represents the final threat to Earth and the entire universe. This is the most exaggerated season.
He erased the moon with a football. He erased the moon with a football. This guy can erase things with a football? What are you, god of destruction?
Of all, and that's precisely why it's so delightful to watch. If in the first two seasons you still thought, okay, it's soccer with superpowers, here you fully accept that you're watching a space opera in Cleat. The villains are different, but equally memorable. Each planet has its unique style and threat, from techniques that distort gravity to kicks that seem to tear through dimension. It's a festival of visual creativity that, even with some absurd moments, maintains the emotion of the matches. The conclusion of this generation is an explosion of emotion and a beautiful closing of story arc. Shindu solidifies his role as a legendary leader. Tsurugi makes it clear he has overcome his past demons, and Fei-Run's destiny is revealed in a touching way. It's the kind of ending that leaves you with that post-series emptiness, but also a silly smile on your face. Most importantly, soccer returns to what it should always be: free, unpredictable, and capable of uniting anyone, whether in the past, present, or even outer space. My rating is 8. This generation is
I mean, hey, nowadays football is also just whoever has the most money and can buy the best players. Realistically, that's just what it is. Unfortunately, well, boys, don't skip leg days, and you will be like him, destroying Moon and half a billion people.
incredible because it doesn't try to be a copy of the first one. It's daring. It has strong new protagonists, creative villains, more complex plot, and as a bonus, it delivers that golden moment with the return of the old hero. It's awesome. It's emotional, and it's a spectacle from start to finish. Then we jump to the third generation, Inazuma 11 Aries, which starts in a way that leaves you shocked. Our protagonist, Asuto Inamori, lives on a tiny island where everyone knows each other, and soccer is basically the most important cultural event in town. But in the very first episode, his mother dies right in front of him. Heavy stuff. The protagonist feels completely lost without her. And if that weren't enough, the island's team is banned from playing soccer. Hope dies, and everyone's left.
Damn. Bro got banned from playing soccer. It happens. It happens. Read my chats. Not that clip. I know this one. That's not a new one. Dear, that's not a new one. Does this go from football to planet threat? Good question. I don't know. Oh, the FOG hero didn't got old. Well, he did go older a little bit, for sure. Or Ronaldo, whoever you prefer. I wonder how kids supposed to like real football after this. Anime characters destroy the moon with football. Leo Messi could never. Yeah, Lionel Messi could never.
To drift. However, they get the opportunity to move to a new school, Raymond High, which is putting together a new team. For those who don't know, this generation is actually an alternate story. In this universe, the first generation's history isn't the same as we know. Here, soccer in Japan was reset by a project that scattered the legendary players of the first generation across different teams, so they could balance the playing field and teach new players how to play with their hearts. This creates a scenario where newcomers like Asuto's Raymond team must face these legendary veterans, learning and growing while taking on these monsters in absurdly difficult matches. It's like every game is against a living legend, and it's
Huh. Weird. Okay, interesting concept. You're essentially fighting all the good people. You're essentially playing against all the former elite, so to speak.
incredibly exciting. Seeing the old characters return is great, but watching them play against the protagonist's team is even better. Asuto is that charismatic, optimistic protagonist who believes in everyone, though I can't help but find his hair ridiculous. It's like he went to a barber who was in a bad mood and decided to troll him, ending up with a cut you'd get if you let your clue.
That's right, alternate universes. We got everything here. Now we got alternate universes. We got everything here. This is wild. This anime is just ridiculous.
Cousin do the job, but aside from that, he's a good lead. Now for the characters who really carry the season. Ryuhei Haizaki, the devil of the field. Aggressive, smart, and with a heavy past. His rivalry with Asuto is pure fuel for the plot. Yuma Nosaka, genius captain of Ute Tsukinomiya, starts off as a calculating villain, but has understandable motivations and incredible control over the game. Hiroto Kira, this time with no aliens involved, is all talent and daddy issues. And of course, the Fubuki brothers Shiru.
Wait. So we got previous characters from alternate universes are this time not an alien? What? Huh? It's so odd. In the story with no villains, the hero became the bad guy for the story's sake. I mean, it is an alternate universe.
And Atsuya, playing together and balancing strategic coolness with impulsive fire. Nishikage Seiya is pure presence.
Wait, huh? Again.
with no aliens involved, is all talent and daddy issues. And of course, the Fubuki brothers Shiru and Atsuya playing together
Interesting?
and balancing strategic coolness with impulsive fire. Nishikage Seiya is pure presence. The guy steps onto the field looking like he walked straight out of an expensive perfume commercial. Insane drip, superstar aura, and crazy skills to back it up. Overall, Ares is fun, more grounded, and worth it for the nostalgia of
Also, why is there just a grown man in that team?
seeing the new generation take on the old. Then comes Orion no Kokuin. Here, things escalate. Raymond and other players form Inazuma Japan to face the world. But it starts with a full-on soap opera twist. There's an organization called Orion that manipulates results, plants players,
Wait a minute.
Nishikage Seiya is pure presence. The guy steps onto the field looking like he walked straight out of an expensive perfume commercial. Insane drip, superstar aura, and crazy skills to back it up. Overall, Ares is fun, more grounded, and worth it for the nostalgia of seeing the new generation take on the old. Then comes Orion no Kokuin. Here, things escalate. Raymond and other players form Inazuma Japan to face the world.
That is so odd. Some of this is just so odd. Why is now he's on the team too? Huh? It's just odd. Orion, cool name for sure. It's either you die as a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. The context of this season. But this is an alternate universe, so they didn't become villains. Because they were never heroes, so to speak, to begin with.
But it starts with a full-on soap opera twist. There's an organization called Orion that manipulates results, plants players, and basically tries to destroy Japanese soccer. Is it over the top? Yes. But it's insanely fun watching every match turn into a battle, both on and off the field. Mitsuru Ichihoshi has one of the best arcs of the season. He starts as a spy, infiltrated as an apostle of Orion. But little by little, the conflict with his brother and the pressure of his role in the team transform him. Endo Mamoru returns as goalkeeper, and even without being the protagonist, he
True, okay. Because it's national team, okay. But I know it's a name of a group of stars, but still, I like Orion.
keeps the team together with his presence and leadership. Haizaki, Nosaka, and Asuto together in the attack is a wild mix of styles, like putting Cristiano Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, and Haaland on the same team just to watch the chaos. The season has amazing moments, but also some forced ones. There are matches that feel like scripted drills to make Orion look threatening, but when the stakes get real, the games are thrilling and the characters shine. The finale is the expected climax. Inazuma Japan exposes Orion, Mitsuru overcomes his past, Nosaka and Haizaki solidify themselves as legends, and Asuto once again proves he's the soul of the team. Terrible hair and all. My score is 7. Ares is simpler and focuses on introducing the new cast. Orion is more dramatic and full of conspiracy. It doesn't have the absolute magic of the first generation, but I had a great time watching it. The drama is heartfelt, the characters are memorable, and it
So how is this a downfall exactly? How is that a fall? I wouldn't say that's a fall. The way he makes it seem is they're all pretty good. First one being the best, second one also being really good, and third one also still being good. Like generation, right? Okay, I got clickbaited. How dare you! It was a legendary hunter and he tried to challenge the gods. So Artemis, the huntress goddess, turned him to a bunch of stars and was the nicest thing she did to someone.
has that just one more episode pull. And in the end, that's what really matters. And that's it, folks. Once again, Inazuma 11 proves that even with changes, it can still deliver excitement, memorable characters, and moments that stick in your mind. If this video gets a lot of views, here's the deal. I'll make a full rise and fall for each Inazuma 11 series separately, breaking down every generation with all the care and the jokes you know and love. So make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. And hey, give the other videos on the channel a shot too. There's a lot of cool stuff you might not have seen yet, and it might just surprise you. Thanks a lot for watching until the end, and I'll see you in the next one.
Damn. I did say plot twist. There's no fall. Okay, this was cool. This was interesting. This was very interesting. I need to watch Inazuma 11. I really need to. And I need to play some games for real. I really need to. The more I watch about it, the more I need to actually... The more I'm getting interested. This seems peak. Definitely. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe.